Hello, everybody. My name is Kaz.
And I am Kiwi.
And we begin the fifth book today.
Books. Book.
This book is Fate, Up Against Your Will, Through the Thick and Thin.
Ah, and we are playing Velvet. What a surprise. Look at Socrates, that sassy cat. Fate.
This whole story is about sass. If one succumbs to the control of destiny and despair, the outcome will be simple, but we know we shall find our true fate only in choosing a path that defies destiny.
That was nice.
Oh, I like that.
Cornelius! He squeezed my hand so tightly.
Forgive me. I cannot help but keep you close. But soon I must depart. My father awaits. Can you meet me here again?
I shall be waiting.
Your promise gives me strength.
Promise
Tis but a
to
temporary
what?
separation.
Hold hands?
Hold hands in the forest.
I mean, it's a pretty idyllic pastoral forest and all, but
I do not approve.
yeah, I'm with you.
David Bowie?
Ingwe! How dare you! How long have you been there?
Must I turn him into a frog to make you give him up? Wake
Use
up,
one of the sealed
Velvet.
verses on him.
He is a prince. We are but vagabonds. Your love amounts to nothing.
You need not be jealous, Ingwe. King Valentine's blood runs through you both. You are the last living heirs. You shall restore the throne.
Silence. Skaldi, go tell Urza that I shall be successful in my plans.
Aye.
A king, eh? So they want us bastards conceived in treachery, linked to our grandfather's bloody throne? I think not.
Please don't talk about our mother that way.
Velvet, it would seem you have forgotten about the curse she set on us.
I have not forgotten.
No, you have.
She gave him the
Now,
look away.
read this once again. Read the prophecy our mother wrote. 'Tis written clearly.
Now she's face palming.
An unavoidable curse and death shall be unleashed upon us both. Our mother, who could see the future, wished death upon us.
What a bitch.
We abandoned our mother first. 'Twas inevitable she would curse us.
This is a sass fight.
Had
That's
we
what
not
it is.
abandoned her, that crazed king would have executed us as well.
David Bowie,
I
sass
would
fight.
have preferred that. At least we would not have to suffer under a curse cast by our own mother.
That doesn't mean that the curse she has predicted will come true.
Oh, can you see the future now, like Mother in Hindle? I'm sorry, Velvet. I spoke too strongly. Let us go. Hold on to this.
My dear children, eventually an inevitable curse. Curse and death shall be thrown upon the two of you. Mother.
And this is something unique to Velvet's story. You get text archives in the middle of cutscenes, and you actually get to read what she wrote. She read.
Ah, that was too quick. All I saw was Crystal Armageddon.
Alright, as to how to use Velvet in combat, she has the chains. So she can double jump and then swing Spider-Man style. And she has this combo that she will never use.
Well...
Oh, and out of the combo you can do the forward attack thing, which is actually useful. And there's actually other stuff to her, like her upward attack is pretty neat. If you hold the button, she doesn't get a block, but she does get the homing attack, which is also terribly useful.
Nice. Alright, pet monster destroyed. Now for other real.
Of course, there's, you know, there's more to it.
Oh, pet bear.
Now, as to why I think Velvet is the hardest to use, which came up before...
Yeah, why is Velvet
it's,
hard?
Well, it's sort of because of what we're seeing right now. I mean, I get it, yes, it's level 1, it's the first monster, but I still have to pound on him for a long time to get him to die. She gets lots of little hits, and not a lot of damage. And then, like, some zoning, but some not. We'll see lots of it. Lots and lots.
And lots
and
of
lots.
Hindle.
Why hath my slumber been disturbed?
You possess the gift of foresight. I seek an answer from you.
Man, this is like someone calling me in the middle of the night.
I cannot assist you. When I speak, fairies and humans misinterpret my words and lose their perspectives.
Yeah, just like people asking me.
I have
Just
stopped
like people asking
gazing
you,
into the
Kat.
future.
I am
Especially
of
the
King
fairies.
Valentine's bloodline.
Fairies
I
are
had heard that you were close to the royal family.
Sheep are close to humans as food, not friends. So too are dragons. We have never been friends of man. I see. So you are Velvet. I have had visions of your arrival. I guess this is the time.
If you knew I was
He's like a
coming, then
dragon
you know why I am
Eeyore.
here.
Yes.
As your mother said, a curse and death surround your own demise. 'Tis nothing to fear. No life can escape death. When life ends, a world is sealed.
If you know my fate, you know that it is pointless to discuss my death.
Yes, that is correct.
Please tell me what the future holds.
Everything hath already been written in the prophecies. I have nothing more to add. The path to take will be indicated by your mentor.
My mentor?
Death cannot be avoided, but fate can be redirected.
Are you suggesting destiny can be changed?
I exist for guidance. Though I be not rewarded, I must serve my purpose.
Kaz is Hindle.
Until, as the prophecy states, the Shadow Knight from the Fairy Kingdom takes my life. Deny fate if you wish. That is your duty in your demise. You shall visit here once more. At that time, my friend shall attend to you. Now, please go. My own end draws near. Even sinners before their execution are allowed time for a prayer. Please do not interfere with my slumber.
Maybe you should have led with that one, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Seriously.
Oh man, I haven't shown off the save screen in forever.
My god. Puka Village. Underground, I see.
Princess Velvet, have you been studying?
Yeah.
This is a perfect time to review our nation's history.
Oh, please no.
The Kingdom of Valentine was created after our ancestors first came to Arion.
He's casted a spell.
Our exceptional skills
He's
in
casting
magic
the
and
history
technology
lesson spell.
flourished.
Every puka has magic.
And we prospered, becoming an affluent nation.
Every puka makes you want
In
to
our
scream.
golden age,
Can
we
you eat a
controlled
puka
over
for
half the
dinner?
continent.
Master Croy,
And
Master Croy has turned from mentor into tormentor.
Princess Velvet. If I knew you would be visiting, I would have had some tea ready.
Does that mean you get
Are
food
you
for
still
free?
in the castle in the forest? It's quite far from
I only
anything.
wish.
Oh,
it is a very nice castle,
truly are bastard
but it's almost
children.
like a prison out there.
Everyone needs to believe that you and Ingwe are the only survivors of the destruction of Valentine.
The last time I heard everyone needs to believe is when, like,
Princess,
some Mormons came to
I'm
my
off to
door
earn some
and
money.
knocked.
these
But,
days, I can get a fair amount of coins by working in the
knocked
fairy
on the
kingdom.
door and then said, yeah, you need to believe this. It's gonna save you. Like,
I've heard you had better believe it a lot.
that's kind of an American.
That's when thugs are saying incredulous things about their iron fist or whatever.
Nah!
That's so much hokum.
What? We're going
Now
to...
we're gonna die.
No. I don't wanna die.
Yeah, well, it's our fate.
The fate is the magic word.
as we have discussed before, there are several prophecies about this land. All of them refer to the end of the world, caused by 5 disasters: a monster, a fire, a king of death, a cauldron, and a dragon.
This
The
is stuff you should
prophecies
actually
about
pay
our
attention
own
to.
nation were similar.
Ingwe and I were taught about these prophecies when we were younger.
Oh, is this key?
Princess Velvet, do not have an answer regarding how to save the two of you.
He's sweating.
Master Croy,
Any instructor would be vague. They would guard their words to comfort their pupil.
Scoldy,
The double
Is this an
Socratic
acquaintance
method.
of yours?
Before the first Valentine ever came to this land, the prophecies regarding this area were already ancient. They are more accurate than the tales coming from less enlightened nations.
How dare you insinuate that my country's wisdom is fallacious?
King Talon of my country, Titania, listed these prophecies in an epic poem. The truth behind the catastrophe can be found in these verses.
and where are
epic
these
verses.
poems? I would like to see them.
The Psalms have been scattered and are lost. One section has been passed by word of mouth, however, it is quite vague.
If you know not the words, 'tis best to admit that you do not know them. All wise men respect honesty. If you continue your folly, you will never find the answer you seek.
You do not seek a debate. All you want is a fight. Oh, I feel dizzy.
Be careful. Anger is likely to disrupt the amount of blood reaching one's brain.
Then I salute your extensive knowledge. I bid you farewell.
This is what a professor off is. Do you know what a professor off is,
Master.
Cass?
That wasn't nice, Scoldy.
I spoke only the truth. 'Tis
So
fact
I am a
that the
wizard.
Psalms foretell events to come.
Is there any way to read the whole scripture?
Only King Gallon knows the entire poem. But Gallon is held prisoner in the netherworld.
You once said you are able to go to the netherworld.
Yes, indeed, I can.
And I will take you.
I'd like to know the truth. If the epic poems tell of destruction,
I shall take you there and hand them to you. But please do not forget, if you seek fish, you must first bait the hook.
what is it you want?
Bait. Oh, wait.
The request of one as old as I is but a trifle. I ask for a single book. If I can borrow the Book of Transformation.
That is a book of magic scribed by my grandfather. 'Tis my kingdom's treasure. It is not mine to give.
I only ask to borrow it for a short time.
I see.
Well, let us go before we change our minds.
Don't. trust wizards. I think this is the moral of the story. All of them.
Well, yeah, maybe.
I don't trust wizards, Kaz. Do you?
I trust certain specific wizards.
Okay, okay, I'll preface that. I trust specific wizards. Cough, cough. But for the majority of the part, I don't trust wizards at all. Anyone who claims to be a wizard, or anyone who wants to be a wizard in the
That's
future.
one of the neat things about the homing attack. Especially with really weak enemies, you can just go up to them, homing attack, gets a bunch of them, boom.
Good night. See you later, guys. Time to go and, you know. Of course, you're in the you're in the world of the damned. So I mean, what are they gonna do? They're just gonna respawn. They're just gonna pick up their bones and respawn, glue them back together. We're in fact doing a service to these dead people because they wouldn't otherwise have anything else to do but just sit in piles like the other ones over there.
Well, I imagine that they go after each other and have, like, football fights or whatever.
Maybe they have break and bone contests. You know. Breaking bones.
Well, hey, do we humans have face-breaking contest? Actually, we do.
Yes, stop that. It's MMA right there.
Oh, well. Yeah. Or, you know, or chess boxing.
What the? What?
Yeah. You know.
Chest boxing?
Chess boxing.
When I thought of chess...
No, not chest... Not chest boxing. Chess boxing. It's where you box and you play chess in between rounds of boxing.
Oh, I thought of one of two things. One of them was like... Girls, like... Because that does hurt, punching people. That's not I was thinking of, like, guys, like, you know, where are we guys? Like, going one-on-one against each other and trying to make, like, the thumping noise that, like, gorillas make. And that was, like, a contest, so you have, like, this sound meter on both sides, and whichever one's the loudest
A chest
wins.
thumping sound contest.
Look,
You chest drumming contest. That would be quite something.
I have an imagination.
Well, what we're seeing here is part of the reason why I feel Velvet is the hardest to use, is that even on the kind of weaker enemies, she cannot get to the end of her combo on them. So that, you know, that flippy double overhead thing, that one right there,
It doesn't work for
it never hits anything, because they're either already dead from the combo, or they get pushed back too far, or they hit you before you're done with the combo, and they hit you out of it. So it's like this great move that you can never use, or realistically, it's a terrible move. So,
Alright, Kaz, I have a biblical question to ask you. It's related to the palms. Like, is there really a difference between psalms and palms? Because I read it like palms. Okay.
it's Psalms, that's a word.
So the Psalms of
There is
prophecy.
poetry in the Bible, but, you know.
So that would be a palm.
A what?
Okay, never mind. You don't pronounce the P, is what I'm trying to get at. When you say Psalms.
Right.
Why is there P in
It-
there at the beginning anyways? Why isn't it just called Psalms? That makes everything much more easier.
Well, it's part of where the word comes from. It's not a... There's not a psalms, the same where there is not a pseudolus or pseudo. Or prosciutto. Prosciutto does not exist.
I want a prosciutto.
The one thing that makes up for all of Velvet's, you know, kind of wussiness in combat, middling health, weak damage, she gets really good magic. Her Cyclone has that red tinge to it. And mean, that's also because her cipher is red, and Oswald also gets that. She gets Cyclone as her first thing, and
There you have it.
so really, I'm probably going to be using more magic with Velvet than with the others. And
You're
a
probably
couple
better off
of
for it.
alchemy things in particular that I can think of. That said, I'll try to keep her even with, you know, maybe like a little more cipher level than food level as we go along. That's probably the best for her. And good use of the homing attack is really necessary to success. It has a huge wind-up, but the payoff is that it goes on for screens and screens and hits everybody on its way. It can deflect projectiles, it can get rid of a bunch of
Like to
spiders,
deflect
little guys.
projectiles? You mean deflect swords that wizards cast at you? Are you saying that you could basically press the button and kill the wizard from far away?
Probably? I mean, I haven't done that in a while, but sure.
I have poison.
I love that guy.
I know. I wish he could be my ringtone. I have poison if you
You want for whenever I call you to this guy, say, I have poison if you want.
Yes.
But I do not have a blade to treat with it.
Yes. Yes, that will be your ringtone, or when you text me.
Fun fact, most of people who have my number stored in their phone have a Castlevania ringtone associated with me.
That doesn't surprise me at all. In fact, I think that's rather normal.
Material. That was me purchasing 5 material. He was selling it for 5. That's ridiculous.
$5.
It's a steal. I
$5.
couldn't help myself. Yeah, well, that's terrible.
That's such a terrible song. And when our friends would sing it all the time, it was just even more.
You had friends who sung it all the time. Oh wait.
Yes, they were friends with you too.
I had blocked it out. Yes, they are. Oh, I feel bad now.
It's okay. They're not listening.
Yeah, no one's watching this LP.
It turns out that everyone's watching this LP. Actually, no.
We have about... In truth, we have about 300 or so people who are watching all the episodes.
We could build we could build a barn together if we wanted to.
I don't know why we would want to do that.
Because you need at least 300 people to build a barn of a night. Like the Amish. Except
Well, right,
in the internet.
but I'm pretty sure that the 300 people who are watching this aren't Amish. Just a guess. Also, I don't need a barn. Also, I don't have materials to build a barn, or another thing that would require 300 people. Also, since they aren't Amish, they would need payment, and I don't have a barn's worth of payment to pay them.
Well, you could, like...
Basically, I cannot get behind any part of this plan.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm so sorry!
No,
I didn't mean to, like, go on...
No, let's start with the no. I didn't. And I know it was a joke. It's just I was continuing the joke, and you kind of are too at this thing. Well, I'm poisoned now. I'm poisoned. Are you
You're
happy?
God. I am so poisoned. Wait, you're poisoned. I'm poisoning you with words.
No, you're not. You're not poisoned. No, you're not the one poisoning. It was him with his poof. He did a poof, and then I was poisoned.
I cheat. I need to drink an antidote. Gotta antidote it. Wait, can you give him an antidote? An antidote? What is it? No, it's not called antidote. It's called an antidote. No, I can't say it. You know what I want to say. You do. I believe in
I do.
you. Yes. Like an
I don't think I do.
Yes, antidote works. That word.
Oh, an anecdote.
Yes! Can you give her an anecdote?
I can cast the monologue spell, and then I'll have all kinds of anecdotes at my disposal.
Let me tell you about the history of the world. Page 1.
Master Croy. How about that? It's time for me to eat food over here. Yeah.
Oh, don't go away.
Later.
Just getting to the good part where people actually harvested food. Today.
Well, now with the second mini-boss here, maybe I'll actually talk about him and fighting.
Let's talk about the history of.
We've seen the Halia before.
Yes.
He has lots of moves. He can teleport around. Fighting him as Velvet, what you have to do is double jump and then swing at appropriate times to miss his attacks. Or for his attacks to miss you, I should say. Because what they don't tell you about the swing is that there's invulnerability frames for lots of it. Like lots.
Your voice
So you
just
can
jumped
pretty
up
much
on me like
safely-
that. Did you pull your mic to your mouth or something? Okay, never mind. Go on.
Right. So, the swing has a lot of invulnerability frames to it, so you just have to, like, swing through anything that you think is dangerous. Anytime there's a big dangerous move, you swing. Swing. Swat.
Swat. We will remember this as swine. To swa. Alright, swa!
That feature also makes Velvet pretty good at fighting bosses and characters like the Halia, who rely on single large attacks rather than lots of attacks. At this point, this is me getting kinda greedy for the hits. So I kinda want this to be over with, and I recognize that the little ankle biters and animal graveyard monsters.
Animal graveyard.
See, that swing just took me through all of their stuff right away. Hit, there we go! Now I have 1 hit point left. There it is, almost.
Me! And you what? It's still alive!
Well, no, the little pet graveyard is alive because they were ephemeral at the time, so they avoided the cyclone. And now I'm in a Mexican standoff with this guy. Okay.
That's some Mexican standoff.
Yeah, never. There I am at 1 hit point, and I don't want to walk closer to the thing in case it does the bite at the wrong time. Man, oh man. Should have just manned up and swallowed an antidote.
Man it up. Antidoted. Oh no.
Why did you not assist me? Disappearing like that.
Yeah, what a jerk.
As you promised, I did borrow the book in question, but it was missing the section regarding the curse of the Puka. As it stands, I cannot help your current situation.
The pages were removed. Ingwe must have interfered.
There is not much time. If the Queen catches us, she will not allow us to leave. The King's prison cell should be nearby.
I smell warm blood. Do I sense live humans?
Oh, King of Titania, it is I.
Begone, you demons. I have already declined your request.
Great King, although you do not wish it, we will one day release you. But our business today is different.
We come here to ask you, scribe of Arian's greatest epic, about the world's end.
The scent of the blood coursing through your veins, I remember it.
I am Princess Velvet, of Valentine.
His grandchild.
Please tell me of the prophecies that are based on the Psalms.
What do you hope to gain?
I wish to oppose destiny and escape a curse that would cause my death.
No, the Halia will hear us.
This is all that is left in my head and in my hands. Seek out the rest. I shall dream about you saving the world. The corpse that calls itself royalty. She has come to torture us.
Silence, Scout. I do not recall allowing visitors into the prison.
Where'd the wizard
Queen
go?
Odette of the netherworld.
He
You
disappeared
say
at the last
you are
second.
from Valentine. The memory of that name makes me furious. That criminal you all call a king. He stole my eye and crawled out onto the earth.
What? My grandfather?
Your rudeness continues. Tearing me limb from limb is not punishment enough.
Gosh, her boobs freak me out every time I look at them.
Oh, and since Galen handed us a piece of the saga here, we get to read it.
Woohoo! Read me a story.
So, alright. I guess we'll start with, part 2 for some reason. Yeah, netherworld. Tribe of Mark of Death. Thrones of Darkness. Shadow of the Blaze. Tree and vanishes. Lord of Snakes.
Lord of
Awesome.
Snakes? Life disappears.
Okay, well that was all pretty vague. Excuse me here, Queen of the Dead. I gotta read this.
Excuse me.
Can't have our fight yet.
Yeah, I know. You just like put that on pause.
Okay, so you see the damage I'm doing to Odette here.
You're pecking at her?
Little bits at a time. It is pecs. It is annoying.
It's like using a small chisel to basically cut open a mountain. You know that the effect is not going to be what you want it to be. But you expected that.
Well, that's part of the problem with this fight. That I have really, really limited resources of dealing like extra damage to her from my combo attack, and she gets to keep summoning her monsters with impunity and lagging the game out.
Nice.
And I don't have a great deal of power on my side. Even when I level up to 10 here, it's not very much.
So what it sounds like, Kaz, is that this fight is going to take you very, very long.
Well, it wouldn't, except for this little feature here, when she reveals the spider and she gets health back. See that 144 is popping out of her. Yeah, she can actually heal faster than I can deal with damage. And especially if she chooses to use that move, like twice in a row, she can just get out of range.
So that makes it even longer.
I only fought her once. Indeed. I only fought her this once. This is the one time that I didn't, you know, it wasn't difficult. Didn't have to make multiple attempts. Just took a while.
Did you have some music going on?
No.
But you did a cutscene!
I did, because I'm not going to put everyone through the 20 excruciating minutes. And I don't want my videos to take forever. So here we are, winding down.
What a good guy!
After
Look at what he does
back
for
and
you,
forth.
Internet! Thank you, Internet.
Well, I didn't want like a second video that was nothing but the fight. It's like ridiculous. Okay, this is a really cool thing. Her air combo has a critical on it after like the second hit or whatever. And every hit after that in the little scroll thing that you do counts as the critical damage.
Oh, so much lag.
So that's basically what had to happen. And we're done, after fighting for long enough to die of old age.
Not done yet, apparently.
The Holly are gathering. We're completely surrounded.
Good.
Just to say you are completely surrounded.
Stupid girl. We cannot run after angering the Queen.
The
That's...
In this realm of death, I mistook you for my beloved, your mother, my dearest daughter, Velvet.
Odin. This man drove my mother mad.
Creatures born of fragmented souls. I shall pound you into your graves if you do not leave us.
Criminal Odin,
Love that voice.
you will never be forgiven.
You have been warned, you fools.
It's you again, Odin.
Aye, 'tis I, you queen of rotting cadavers. I shall decline from kissing your hand, but I shall restrain myself while in your court.
After stealing my jewels, how does a thief call himself restrained?
The crystals of the netherworld are quite useful. 'Tis a waste to leave them. Casting off darkness and shining through, you cannot defeat me. It will be my own hand that finally nails your casket shut.
Do not think you will die peacefully.
Let's go, Velvet.
Don't come near me. Something must be wrong. If you have come to save me.
The Hully are growing impatient,
Yikes.
Yeah, look at him vibrate.
but they do not tremble nor shy
He had
away.
wolf
Let me take you to the netherworld's exit.
Zoop.
So that girl is Odin's daughter.
Guess I'll just
I must
teleport
escape
away.
quickly too.
I would never